like to share many details about what it's like to study in Hungary, Budapest, what it's like to be a member of the family of the Metropolitan Budapest University. And it's quite a lot. We're gonna have to tell you that it's quite a lot that we would like to share with you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gregory, and I'm going to be the host for this open day. I'm also one of the instructors and one of the trainers at the university. And I also had the amazing adventure of being a student before, years ago at the university. So I had many of the great experiences. However, good news is I'm not the only one who's going to be able to share some of his and hers experiences about the university. We are going to bring you many important details about how you can actually end up being a member of the Metropolitan University and what are the professional and personal experiences you should be preparing yourself regarding the city of Budapest, really the greater area of Central Europe. And I'm going to be able to tell you about a few destinations as well, because when you are choosing Metropolitan University, you're not only choosing our university, you're also choosing Budapest, which is located in the perfect spot regarding the European area. As you can see on this slide, it takes only a few hours, either by train or plane, to get to many other awesome places in the continent. If you look at this slide, you can see that London, Paris, Rome, Milan, Madrid, Prague, Berlin, Warsaw, many amazing historical cities are within our reach. So if you decide to join for Metropolitan University, the time that you spend here in Budapest, Hungary, is going to give you a lot of opportunities to travel across Europe and visit many historical places. However, obviously, not only the greater area of continental Europe is amazing, Hungary itself has many amazing opportunities. So before we talk about the university itself, I would like to tell you that we Hungarians have a lot of great stuff up in our sleeves. First and foremost, the city of Budapest is amazing in itself. If you just type in Budapest into Google and see what's what, you are going to realize that the Bank of Danube, with all its amazing bridges, all the historical buildings in the middle of the city, are giving you a feeling that only a handful of cities around the world can actually do. You know, I have the privilege to live in the inner city of Budapest, so some of this stuff is quite close to where I live, and you know, I'm still stunned by the architecture of the city. So if you live in Hungary, expect to be overwhelmed about all the different touristical experiences that you can enjoy, the architectural masterpieces that we have outside of the city. And really, even if you live here for years, you basically go out and every single time you are just basically stunned. However, it's not only Budapest, but the countryside as well that is amazing. You know, Hungary in itself is quite famous for the fact that we have so many thermal places, you know, either in Budapest or in the countryside. Throughout our history, you know, many other nations, many foreign people enjoyed our thermal baths. We even have parties that are centered around different thermal waters and thermal baths. You would be amazed about the party scene here in Hungary. Either if you go to the countryside or you stay in Budapest, what you will be able to realize is that people tend to go crazy during the nighttime. So if you ever want to go abroad and if you are looking for a place where, you know, there are great party opportunities, Hungary and Budapest is the place to go, because, you know, sometimes it's quite shocking for us to realize that in many other countries, the party scene is over at around midnight. Well, not in Hungary. We usually tend to party till 2 p.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or, you know, up until the morning. So if you're really looking for a party place, Hungary and Budapest is the place to go. However, it's not just about parties. It's really about high culture as well. Later, we are going to be able to show you details about the many significant historical and cultural pieces that we have in our city. Now, this was just a little piece of what we have in store for you regarding culture and having a great time. However, I would like to take 1 minute of your time to tell you about the structure of our open day. As you can see, you will have the chance to meet 3 amazing people throughout this open day. First and foremost, you will be able to hear a short speech from Marian Szőnyi, Head of International Admission. She will be able to tell you all about the programs, the admission procedure, the My Brand structure that we have. Guess what? The Budapest Metropolitan University is the first Hungarian university where folks who are doing their final exams, they have to use that opportunity to present themselves, to present their own brand. It is a new technique that we are using right now, and I think it's an amazing one, and you will be able to learn all about it. She will have the chance to also talk about tuition fee and scholarships. Next, it is going to be the turn of Adam Oljai, the customer experience manager. He will be able to tell you all about the mentor program, sports, and student clubs, basically your user experience once you've joined Metropolitan University. And right after that, we are going to have the privilege to talk to Zukra Gaisina. She's a student. She's from Kazakhstan, and she will be able to share some of her experiences, a part of her student journey to you live here at the open day of Metropolitan University. Obviously, some of you folks are listening to this, watching this in record. Anyway, we are saying hello from the past to the future where you guys are right now. At the end of the open day, we are going to do a Q&A session. So if you guys have any questions, you will be able to ask them. Obviously, we have a few up in our sleeves. The main idea with this open day is to give you the main vibe of Metropolitan University, the main vibe of Budapest, Hungary, and all the many great opportunities that we have, both as a university, as a city, and as a country. Having that said, once again, welcome everybody to the open day, the official open day of Budapest Metropolitan University. And I believe it is time for me to give the floor to Marian Szőnyi. Marian, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's great to have you here, people. I hope you will find the information exciting, useful, and even more so, I really hope that I will meet a couple of you during the admission procedure. So, we know very well that when you are considering continuing your education abroad, you wonder about where you should go. It's not just about the university itself, it's also about the country and the city where you are going to spend years of your life. So it has to be a very well-informed decision. Well, as Gregory already mentioned, I have a couple of good news for you. Hungary is one of the most exciting countries. Well, the most important is our location. As you have seen before, we are in the center of Europe, and it's very easy to reach all the other European cities. What's more, it's very easy to reach Hungary and Budapest too. You might be thinking about, well, I haven't heard really about Hungary in the news. What should I know? Well, the reason for that is we are one of the safest countries in the world. And usually when it comes to hearing about Hungary, then you hear about the parties, as you heard before. Budapest is one of the most popular destinations when it comes to higher education and also for tourists. If you are an outgoing person, you are going to love the nightlife. There are ruined pubs, there are different clubs, and there are a lot of international people. There are a lot of foreigners who live in Budapest, whether they are studying here or maybe working here. If you're more into relaxing or exploring culture, you're going to love the spas. Thermal baths are a very important part of the Hungarian culture. You will find, well, during the day, older people, but late at night comes the party time for younger people. So I absolutely encourage you to try this one out. But additionally, there are a lot of things to explore in Budapest. We have many, many cafes and museums that you can enjoy if you are more interested in culture. And especially when it comes to architecture, you're going to love your time in Budapest. We had amazing buildings and beautiful streets. And when you walk in Budapest, you feel like you are walking in a different century. Well, this is just the beginning. There are other considerations. It's not just about how you're going to enjoy your free time, but it's also about how you can support yourself. Once again, I have great news. Hungary is one of the most affordable countries. Usually we say the living expenses are around 500 euro per month, including accommodation, transportation, everything all together. Another great news is that you are able to support yourself financially during and after your studies too. According to Hungarian regulations, you can work 20 hours per week. You are able to find a student job or maybe an internship to gain some experience before you finish your studies. After you have completed your studies, you have the so-called 9-month stay-back option. This means that you have this period of time to find a job in Hungary, and after that, you are able to stay here if you wish. And well, you can join an international company or maybe even start your own business. Well, we already talked about this, but just as confirmation, Budapest is one of the most touristic cities and always on top of the list when it comes to student experience, tourist sites. It's one of the most affordable cities also. When it comes to Budapest Metropolitan University, we are the biggest private university with more than 1,000 international students. We have students from all over the world, approximately from 95 countries and still counting. So you will be joining a colorful community of creators. We also have the biggest art institute and offering 26 programs in English. So you will be able to experience not just an international community, but enhance your professionalism and also gain a lot of different experiences. As we move forward, well, we are talking about experiences, and I'm pretty sure that you heard from all universities while you were researching and thinking about where to go. You heard about how they are going to provide practical education, how you can gain experience. And we are also one of those universities who can boast that. We have more than 800 partners where you can either find an internship or you will be able to have your practical knowledge expanded in these companies. But what's more important is that we have a very special teaching technique, if I might say so, which is called My Brand. Gregory already mentioned in a couple of words, but this is a very exciting new teaching technique that we have introduced. As I mentioned, a lot of universities promise you practical knowledge and allowing you to gain experience during your studies. But we have taken this a step further. We want to give you personalized experience. We want to give you personalized opportunities during your studies. So we build from the very, very beginning, teaching you the mentioned soft skills of time management, of sales and negotiation techniques, and so on. And during your studies, you will be able to create a portfolio which will show that you have the right kind of skills and the right kind of experience to find, well, yes, the right kind of job opportunity after finishing university. So what kind of programs can you study at our university? We have programs in the field of business, communication, tourism, also art. As I have already mentioned, we have the biggest art institute in Hungary, offering a wide variety of programs. So let's check them out. What are these programs exactly? Here you can see all of our offerings of art and design related programs. It's very important to take into consideration that these programs only start in September. So if you are thinking about joining maybe graphic design, animation, photography or media design, I would absolutely encourage you to start your application right away so you can even benefit from our early bird discount, but I will talk about that later. As we move forward, you can see what kind of programs we are offering in the field of business. And as we check out the next slide, you can see the programs on master's level. We are also offering programs on master's level in the field of art and also in the field of business and communication. Yes, but we know very well that while you are considering what kind of program you should choose, you have maybe some concerns about your previous education, maybe about your language skills. Well, the good thing is that we are offering foundation programs for our students. If you worry about your language skills, or maybe your current level does not meet the entry level for that program, you are able to join our English language preparatory program to build up your skills and be able to continue your studies. The same goes for professional experience. If you do not have the necessary level, you are able to join either a pre-master program or the professional foundation program. As we have spoken earlier about finances, we are trying to support our students not just with job opportunities, but also with a special scholarship opportunity, which is called the Excellence Scholarship. You have to meet 3 criteria to be eligible to this scholarship. You have to have a good level of English, GPA at least 80%, and you need to have a good, or well, basically excellent Skype interview performance. This scholarship gives you a 500 euro per semester discount. And if you are lucky, you are able to keep this scholarship throughout your studies. Also, we are offering different scholarships. After the first year, we have academic scholarship. We have different opportunities given by companies. So while you are studying at Metropolitan University, you have different opportunities to support yourself financially, whether it comes to finding an internship or when it comes to the university giving you different financial support opportunities. As we move forward, well, here comes the most important question and basically the most important information. How you can apply to our university. The procedure, it's very, very simple and straightforward. The most important thing to do is check out our website and choose a program that you would like to join. Secondly, start collecting your application-related documents. Everything happens online, so you don't need to worry about posting any documents or worrying about how you will be able to obtain them. You are able to upload everything to apply.metropolitan.hu, our application portal. You need to register here, fill out the necessary information, upload the necessary document, and then submit it. We will give you a feedback in 1 or 2 days. Well, we are very quick with our application procedure, so you don't have to worry about waiting for weeks to get some kind of feedback from us. After quickly checking your documents, we will invite you for a Skype interview. I know very well this might sound scary, but basically we want to hear about your motivation, why did you choose our university, and how do you imagine your future. If everything goes well, we will issue you a so-called conditional acceptance letter, which will have all the necessary information about the next steps, what kind of payments you need to make, and what are the important deadlines to keep in mind. According to our regulations, you would need to make the payment for the first 2 semester tuition fee, and there are additional services which you can choose. We have 2 dormitories which you can choose from if you are looking for accommodation, and we also provide health insurance for our students. After you have made the necessary payments, we will issue the final acceptance letter, which is a very important document. This is basically the proof that you have been accepted, and you will be able to take this document to start your visa application. The visa application basically starts with booking an appointment at the closest Hungarian embassy, where you will need to submit your visa supporting documents along with the final acceptance letter. Usually the procedure takes about 1 month, 1.5 months, but I have some good news too. Although it's a very scary and probably stressful period for you, we never had a visa rejection from this region. So if you are interested in our university, if you have found a program that you would like to join, I would absolutely encourage you to start the procedure. If you have any questions, any concerns about the exact steps, about the documents you need to upload, feel free to contact us in any platform that you want. Our email address is international@metropolitan.hu, where you can ask any questions which come to mind, whether it is about strictly the application procedure, whether it is about living and studying in Hungary, we are here to help. If you worry about the documents, I would really encourage you to get in touch. I know very well that some students don't have their degree certificate or high school certificate just yet. I would also encourage these students to start their applications because we are able to move forward. So this was my presentation. Thank you very much for listening to me. And now I'm going to give the stage to Adam, who is going to talk about student experiences. So Adam, there you go.
Thank you so much, Marianne. So now, as a customer experience management, I would like to talk about some experience programs for you. These programs are the student clubs, the sports events, and the METU mentor program, as Gergely has already mentioned. So first of all, let me talk about our student clubs. The student clubs, I think very good opportunities for those who are creative or who would like to just enjoy, different kind of activities like hobby activities or more professional activities. And if you are creative enough, or if you would like to give a try for yourself, then you can create your own club. So for example, if you have an idea, then you can present this idea to our students. We usually have an event where you can present your ideas. And if there is enough interest for that, then you can create your own club. And then during a semester, you are working in that club and you are having sessions, having fun, you are creating something together. And at the end of the semester, you present your achievements or your presentations or anything that you have achieved. We usually have a lot of fun during these events. And these are the clubs that we have now in the moment. Photography club, filmmaking club, film watching club, music club, cooking club, and meditation club. So you can see there is a variety of possibilities here. And I think if you decide to come to METU, you should give a try and join at least one club or create your own. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the sports opportunities, and how we created our sports opportunities was that we asked you, the student community, what kind of sports activities you would like to do. And based on the answers, we created the sports opportunities. And we are still doing this. So from time to time, we ask students what you would like to do as sports, and then we try to create for you the opportunity. So regularly, we have these opportunities, sports opportunities like football, volleyball, basketball, dance, pole dance, karate, running, or yoga. And for example, in this COVID era, we started some online sports. We will see how it goes in next semester, but we will be prepared for sure with a variety of sports opportunities for you. And the third thing I wanted to mention is the mentor program. And mentor program is specifically for newcomers. So if you are a newcomer, you have the first semester at METU, then you can apply to be part of this program, and then you get a mentor who is another student who has at least 2 or 3 semesters experience with METU, and then you can talk with this mentor who will help you in certain things, in academic questions or student hostel related questions or any kind of questions. They have their experiences. They are very kind and very friendly. So you will get help from your peers actually. And I think it's a very nice experience. We also have some events in this mentor program. So we not only provide some support for you, but we also provide some events where we get together, we have some fun, we eat something together, and we do some games. So this is what the mentor program is about. We will send you the links to the websites where you can check further information about these things. You can watch several videos about these programs and you can read about them. And when you decide to come, you will also find on the websites the way how to join these activities. So thank you so much. This was my part. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, the very both of you. We do hope that now you have a clearer picture about what's going to happen to you once you decided to apply for the Metropolitan University. But obviously the best way to discover the university and the experiences that we are offering is to talk to someone who actually did her part. Zukra, it is such an amazing thing to finally meet you here on Zoom. Nice to have you here. How you doing?
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm doing well. And I'm very glad to talk about my experience here today.
Thank you for joining us. My very first question would be about your classes, the program that you are doing. Why did you choose us? Why did you choose this course, this program? What are you doing right now?
So I would say that I'm 24 years old and I'm studying, as you see, like at Budapesti Metropolitan University. And I have always dreamed of working in the field of advertising, PR, promotion, and therefore I choose a master's degree in marketing. Всем привет, меня зовут Зухра, мне 24 года, и я учусь в Будапештском столичном университете. Я всегда мечтала работать в сфере рекламы, пиар, продвижения, и поэтому я выбрала магистратуру в сфере маркетинга.
All right. My second question would be, why did you actually end up picking up Hungary, Budapest Metropolitan University? I think you had many options, but you decided to go with us. How come?
Yes, you're right. But I choose Hungary because I already studied here on the international exchange program when I was attending my bachelor degree in Kazakhstan, and it was just 1 year and I literally fell in love with this country. Hungary has a kind and helpful people, as well as a high quality educational program, and a huge advantage, a direct flight from Nur-Sultan to Budapest by Wizz Air Hungarian Air Company. So when the question of which university to choose arose, I went to an educational fair in Nur-Sultan and in February 2020. Yes, there was no COVID, so I went and I managed to talk with representatives of the university, and actually they gave me a kind of booklet. And after my researching different universities on the net, I decided to go to Budapesti Metropolitan University because it was a university that immediately gave me a feedback and instructions of how to proceed and the next steps. So this is what's important to me, and I also like their website and social networks, and like their openness in social media. By the way, it was Marian who conducted the first interview with me after I applied, and she also quickly answered my questions by mail. Thank you so much, and she supported me during all the steps of my admission process. So I would talk in Russian. Я выбрала Венгрию, потому что я уже тут училась по международному обмену. Программа, которая была через Казахстан, это был 1 год всего лишь. Я действительно влюбилась в эту страну. В Венгрии очень добрые и отзывчивые люди, и также качественное образование, я бы сказала, и огромное преимущество. Это был прямой рейс, естественно, из Нур-Султана в Будапешт. лоукостером, Wizz Air компания. И когда стал вопрос, какой университет выбрать, я сходила в феврале 2020 года на образовательную ярмарку. Тогда не было ковида, и я пошла на образовательную ярмарку в Нур-Султане, и мне удалось поговорить с представителями университета, и мне дали какой-то буклет. После моих исследований в университетов в интернете я решила поступить в Будапешт, потому что именно Метрополитен университет, потому что это был университет, который сразу давал мне обратную связь, инструкции, как поступить, и следующие шаги. Поэтому это было для меня очень важно. И мне понравился еще их сайт, открытость в социальных сетях, как они разговаривают с абитуриентами и так далее. Кстати, именно Мариан провела со мной первое собеседование, и после того, как я подала заявку. И также она быстро ответила на все интересные вопросы на почте и поддерживала меня на всех этапах поступления. Поэтому ей большое спасибо.
Judging by the pictures that you are sharing with us right now as you create, I can see that you have been having fun, tons of it, right? So it begs the question, how affordable is Budapest? How affordable is Hungary in your experience? Can you tell us about how you can actually handle the living here in Budapest, Hungary?
Okay. Yes, you're right. Actually, another big advantage of living in Hungary is affordable prices, and prices actually are the same as in Nur-Sultan, our capital in Kazakhstan. Of course, something is more expensive in Kazakhstan, but the difference is not as big as, for example, with Germany and Kazakhstan, or with Italy and Kazakhstan, etc. Итак, еще один большой плюс жизни в Венгрии – это доступные цены, потому что цены действительно как в Нур-Султане на левом берегу. И, конечно, что-то дороже в европейской стране, в Венгрии, в Будапеште, но разница не такая большая, потому что если мы сравниваем с Германией, Италией, то это очень дорого жить в Европе, но в Будапеште цены приемлемые.
All right, thank you, Maya. My next question is, we are really proud about the fact that we have students coming from all over the place, all over the world, right? So have you had a chance to meet people outside of your country, of your nationality? Do you had any chance to meet people coming from other cultures? You know, what are your experiences?
Yes, as you see on the photo, I'm having fun with my friends, and I will tell you that 90% of my friends are foreigners, actually, from Brazil, from Mexico, from Hungary, from France, from United Emirates, Italy, etc. So because I'm very interested in culture exchange and a different mentality, but I also keep in touch, of course, with some Kazakhs in Budapest. 90% моих друзей – это иностранцы, как вы видите на фото, они из разных континентов, даже мира. Это Бразилия, Мексика, Франция, Арабские Эмираты, Италия и так далее. Потому что мне очень интересный культурный обмен и другой менталитет, поэтому с некоторыми казахами я, естественно, поддерживаю связь в Будапеште, но большинство зачастую общаюсь с иностранцами.
All right, my final question is basically, what is your general vibe, the feeling that you have about Metropolitan University? What is it that you would recommend about us? How would you describe the general awesomeness that we have around here?
In general, I really like Budapest Metropolitan University because the system of the educational program, I think itself, I would say, modern. And I repeat, this university has an excellent feedback. And the Student Information Center and many different activities and facilities, what we have seen before on the slides. And I advise you to apply, guys, because here's the here they provide a high quality education, like knowledge system and interesting student atmosphere life. And it's reasonable prices for it. And in general, I don't regret the choice because the atmosphere is wonderful here. В целом мне очень нравится Будапештский столичный университет, потому что система самого университета, я бы сказала, современная. Повторюсь, у этого университета отличная обратная связь, которая помогает. Студенческий информационный центр, который тоже отвечает на все ваши вопросы и много разных видов деятельности. То есть вы можете заниматься и спортом, изучать языки и так далее. Поэтому я советую поступать сюда, потому что тут дают качественные знания, интересную студенческую атмосферу вы можете прочувствовать. И за все это приемлемые цены. И, в общем, я не жалею о своем выборе, потому что тут замечательная атмосфера. И в любом случае я советую.
Zukra, thank you so much for joining us today. And I really do wish you the very best, obviously, post-pandemic here at Metropolitan University. And once again, thank you for spreading the word about the system of our school and institution. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, folks, there you have it. From the amazing cultural experiences that this part of Europe, the city, and the country itself can share to you, to the really innovative structure of how Metropolitan University is put together. We have a lot on the table, and we would like to invite you in and share these things to you once you did manage to apply to the University of Metropolitan Budapest. Now, as you had the opportunity to see some of our contact panels, you always have the chance to ask your questions and make sure to get all the necessary information about how you can actually apply and what are the opportunities that you can enjoy. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. And we really do hope to see you once the new semester and year begins at Metropolitan University. Cheers, everyone.